Hi everyone, we continue our lesson. We are learning Chinese Mandarin, so let's go into it. Okay, now we just continue. Today we have a teacher talk, which will talk about culture and grammar insights. So let's go.
Hi everyone, welcome to Teacher Talk. 小果,你好.
Lara, 你好.
It sounded pretty normal when we used it just then, but I've hardly heard anyone use 你好 in everyday life. Why is that?
Yeah, because 你好 is a little bit too formal for daily conversations. And Chinese people only use 你好 to the people that we first meet.
Yeah, okay. But what would we use if we're talking to someone who we've met before then?
I think it's a little bit personal because based on different regions or the time you meet each other, we may choose different sentences. For example, between us, you and I would say hi or hello or hey.
Yeah, so it depends a bit on the context and the type of person you're talking to then.
Yes, so for young people, I think those English words may be better in Chinese.
Yeah, I've heard them used a lot. But what about older people or in more rural areas? What would they use instead?
Yeah, then I will choose a more traditional ways to greet them. For example, I may ask them, where are you going to? Or what are you going to do? Or if it's around meal time, I may ask them, have you eaten?
Yeah, I've heard people use that one quite a lot around here. But sometimes I've seen people greet each other by not saying anything at all. Is that a little weird or is that normal here?
Yeah, it's normal actually. We can just use our body language.
Oh my gosh,
Yes, like waving your hands at each other or making eye contact, or you can just nod your head to that person and then it's okay.
It's not seen as rude at all because I know in English a lot of the time if you just see someone and you don't go up and say hello to them, they will get a little bit offended or they may think, oh, why didn't she say hello? But in Chinese, is it different?
Yeah, it's not rude at all. Actually, if you keep saying 你好 all the time to your friends, they may think you are not that close.
Wow, okay. Well noted then. And I know there's another similar phrase to 你好 that a lot of foreigners like to use, but I'm not sure if native speakers use it a lot either. I think it's 你好吗? Yeah, this classic phrase right here.
Yes, and it's a classic mistake.
Why?
Yeah, because we never say 你好吗. We'll never use that as a greeting.
Okay, is there a reason for this, or is it just kind of like how Chinese speakers, when they learn English, they'll ask, how are you? I'm very fine, thanks. And
Yeah.
Okay, so it's kind of like that.
Yes, actually, there's no corresponding translation in Chinese for how are you. So there's no such sentences like 你好吗 between Chinese people. And we have some similar greetings like how have you been recently? But under most of the cases, it's for someone that we haven't met for a long time.
Okay.
And for the close friends or like for coworkers, we may ask like some more private questions like how's your weekend?
Yeah, well, how's work going? How's study going? Things
yeah.
like that.
Yeah.
That's really different to what we learned in middle school then. Basically, every single textbook we had back then, the first thing it taught us was 你好吗? And that was the first phrase that was taught to beginners. So to hear now that we can't even use any of that, it feels like half the stuff we learned back in high school was a lie, and I'm starting to doubt everything. Yeah. And I remember back then there was another point which had a lot of us really confused. It was about the pronoun ta, because in Chinese, of course, no matter what you say, he, her, or like them if it's gender neutral, it's just the same pronoun ta, kind of like a one-size-fits-all pronoun.
Yeah.
But then in English, you have to specify like
he or she.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
You know, so when people are talking about ta in Chinese, I always get so confused. Like, who are you talking about? Is this a dog? Is this your sister? Is it our great uncle?
Yeah, that's the problem. But for Chinese people, it's the same because both he and she are pronounced like ta in Chinese. It's the same. And Chinese people, we can recognize the character to tell which one is he or she.
Oh, yeah. So you have to have the written form of the character to be able to tell what it's referring to.
Yes. When we are talking, we have the same problem as well. And that is also the reason why a lot of Chinese people can't distinguish he and she in English.
Oh, yeah. Now that you mention it, I've heard people make that mistake quite a lot.
Yeah.
So I suppose at least for English speakers who are learning Chinese, we don't have to worry too much about which pronoun to use. We just chuck a ta in there and it's all good to go.
Yes.
The other good thing I remember about learning Chinese was that there are often quite a lot of rules there. Well, not rules so much as there are in English grammar rules, but some general patterns or composition rules that make it easier for us to catch on to learning Chinese than it would be for someone learning English for the first time.
Yes. There are some grammar rules, of course, and there are also some rules for composing a new Chinese words. For example, if I say 中国 and 美国, so that's China and America, you may notice that there is a 国 in those two Chinese words. It means country.
Okay, but what about the countries that have longer names then? Like if I wanted to say Australia or Canada, can I say 国 at the end of those as well?
No, so that's the rule. So for those countries, if they can be translated into two Chinese characters, then you can use 国, like 中国, 美国, or maybe even 英国.
Okay.
That's Britain.
But what about the others? Since I'm from New Zealand, how would I say, oh, I'm a New Zealander then?
It's just 新西兰.
Okay.
So for those countries whose name are more than two characters, we don't need to use 国 anymore.
So I can't say 新西兰国.
No.
Oh, okay.
Just 新西兰and your neighbor Australia, 澳大利亚.
Hey, big brother 澳大利亚.
Yes, that's four characters, so no 国.
Yeah. And then if we're trying to say someone's nationality, it's the same rule then as well, right? For example, 澳大利亚人.
Yeah, just add a 人 after the name of the country, then it's the people from that country.
Wow, that's pretty convenient then.
So you are a 新西兰人.
Yeah. Well, we know I'm from New Zealand, but when I first came to China, every single time you meet someone new, they will ask you if you're from America. No matter whereabouts you're from, they see a foreigner and the first question is, 你是美国人吗?
Yeah, Chinese people will do that.
All the time.
Yes, but the problem after this is that a lot of foreigners, they would use 不 as an answer to this question.
Wait, so there's no word for no in Chinese then?
Yeah, there's no for no and there's no for yes.
What?
Yeah, I mean, there's no single words in Chinese to express yes or no. We have different ways to express that concept, but we just don't have a single word for yes or no.
Yeah, that makes a bit more sense then.
In Chinese, you need to repeat the verb if you want to answer a yes or no question. For example, the question ends with a 吗. Yeah, for example, 你是美国人吗? So the verb in this sentence is 是. So if it's a yes, then you need to say 是. If it's a no, then you can add a 不 before the verb. So 不是.
Wait. Just then it sounded like the 不 turned into a second tone instead of the fourth tone. Was that intentional or did you make a mistake? 马老师 made a mistake?
Actually, we have the tone change in conversations. The original tone of 不 is the fourth tone.
Yeah,
there's no doubt about that. But when we say it in a conversation, one is put before another fourth tone character, then it's changed into the second tone.
Okay, so that's just one of the tone change rules in Chinese then.
Yes.
Okay, I know. Ma Lao Su did not make a mistake then. I won't question your Chinese anymore.
Just remember that.
Okay. There's so many things like this that happen in Chinese. I feel the longer and longer you learn it for, you start to pick up on these small details and you realize that learning the language on its own, it's not quite enough to become fully fluent. You actually have to understand the life and culture over there to get a decent understanding of the language.
Yes. Another example for that is 再见.
Oh, goodbye or bye?
Yeah. A lot of English speakers would think that 再见 equals to bye or see you again. But in real life, the usage of 再见 and bye are a little bit different.
Why is that?
Because 再见 is kind of like saying 你好. It's a little formal at first. So normally I won't say 再见 to my friends or colleagues. I only use 再见 to the people that I first meet or the people I respect, like my teachers.
Oh, like a grandparent or something, or if you're seeing someone off at an airport, you might say 再见.
Yeah.
Is that right?
Yeah.
But what would we say in everyday life then instead if it's just like a friend or a colleague who we want to say bye to?
Yeah, I would say bye or bye-bye.
Oh, so again, it's just the English word.
Yeah.
Dang, I'm starting to feel more and more comfortable speaking Chinese now.
Yeah.
So if I wanted to say goodbye to someone and they're the one doing the leaving, what could I say?
Chinese people would say 慢走. It literally means slow walk.
Okay, it's an interesting translation.
Yeah. But it's more like take it easy.
Oh yeah, that makes more sense now.
Yes, but we don't say that to young people. Just for older people or someone we want to show our respect, we can say 慢走.
Yeah, and then what would young people use instead? Or if I'm at the office and someone's leaving, what would I say to them?
You can say 我走啦.
Okay, so that's if I'm leaving?
Yeah, I'm leaving.
Okay, like I'm heading back home after a day at the office.
Yes.
Cool. And then on that note, I think it's time for us to take our leave as well.
It seems that you don't want to say 再见.
No, I was about to say it just then and then hesitated.
Okay, so that's it for this lesson. So we should say
Bye-bye.
Okay, see you next time.
Alright guys, thanks to the teachers. We understood a lot of new things. So I'll see you in the next lesson.